There's a biological glitch in your brain that keeps your mind racing at 3 a.m. And right now, scientists have discovered the exact neural pathway that's causing it. Here's what's terrifying: every single technique you've tried to calm your mind has actually made this problem worse. But in the next few minutes, I'll show you the one meditation method that neuroscientists use to literally rewire this broken circuit. And the weirdest part? It requires you to do the opposite of what every meditation app tells you. Stay with me, because step 3 will sound completely backwards. Before we dive in, hit subscribe and comment below. What time does your mind race the most? Morning, afternoon, or night? Your answer matters for what I'm about to show you. Let me tell you about David, a 28-year-old software engineer from Seattle. David had everything figured out. He read every productivity book. He followed every meditation influencer. He had apps, journals, breathing timers, the works. Every morning, he'd sit down to meditate. Close his eyes. Try to clear his mind. But here's what actually happened. His brain exploded with thoughts. The project deadline. That argument with his girlfriend. His finances. Random song lyrics. What he'd eat for lunch. More deadlines. He'd fight these thoughts. Push them away. Focus on your breath, David. Clear your mind. But the harder he fought, the louder his mind screamed. 10 minutes would pass. He'd open his eyes, exhausted. I'm terrible at meditation, he'd think. My brain just doesn't work that way. So what did David do? He tried harder. Downloaded more apps. Watched more YouTube tutorials. Set longer meditation times. More effort. Worse results. Does this sound familiar? Maybe you've tried meditation. Maybe you sat there, fighting your thoughts, wondering why everyone else can clear their mind except you. Here's the truth that nobody tells you: you were never supposed to clear your mind. That's right. The entire concept is neurologically impossible. And it's destroying your ability to actually meditate. David finally went to see Dr. Elena Rodriguez, a neuroscientist who studies meditation and brain activity. He explained his problem. I can't stop thinking. I can't clear my mind. Dr. Rodriguez pulled up a brain scan on her computer. David, look at this. This is your default mode network, the DMN. It's a cluster of brain regions that activate when you're not focused on anything specific. And here's what you need to understand: this network never turns off. She pointed to the screen. Even when you're sleeping, this network is processing memories, planning futures, creating narratives. It's literally designed to produce thoughts constantly. So, I can't turn it off. Exactly. Trying to clear your mind is like trying to stop your heart from beating. You're fighting against 200,000 years of evolution. Then she said something that changed everything. The goal of meditation isn't to stop thoughts. It's to change your relationship with them. Here's the neuroscience behind this. When you try to suppress thoughts, you activate your prefrontal cortex, the effort center of your brain. This creates cognitive load. Your brain works harder. Burns more energy. Creates stress. But there's another pathway. Dr. Andrew Huberman at Stanford discovered that when you observe thoughts without engaging them, you activate the anterior cingulate cortex. This region acts like a neural observer. It watches mental activity without getting pulled in. The difference? One exhausts you. The other rewires you. Dr. Rodriguez gave David a new instruction. And it sounded insane. For the next week, I want you to meditate with the goal of having as many thoughts as possible. David stared at her. What? You heard me. Sit down. Close your eyes. And welcome every single thought that appears. Count them if you want. The more, the better. This is called metacognitive awareness training. And it's the opposite of every meditation technique you've learned. Here's how it works. Day 1, David sat down. Closed his eyes. A thought appeared, this is stupid. But instead of fighting it, he thought, okay, there's thought number 1. Another thought, I need to email my boss. There's thought number 2. His mind raced. But this time, he wasn't fighting. He was watching. Like clouds passing across the sky. Day 3, something strange happened. The thoughts started slowing down. Not because he was trying to stop them. But because he stopped feeding them energy. Day 7, David sat for 20 minutes. His mind still produced thoughts. But now there was space between them. Small gaps. Moments of stillness. And in those gaps, he felt something he'd never felt before, peace. Not because his mind was empty. But because he was no longer controlled by what filled it. Here's the neurological truth, your brain generates approximately 6,000 thoughts per day. You can't stop this. But you can stop identifying with every single one. The moment you observe a thought without reacting to it, you activate your neural observer. And every time you do this, that pathway gets stronger. This is called neuroplasticity. You're literally building new circuits in your brain. Dr. Rodriguez gave David 3 specific techniques. These aren't mystical. They're based on cognitive neuroscience. Step 1, the labeling technique. When a thought appears, label it. Don't judge it. Don't analyze it. Just name it. Planning thought. Worry thought. Memory thought. This activates your prefrontal cortex without creating suppression. You're acknowledging the thought, not fighting it. Brain rule, never meditate right after a stressful event. Your cortisol levels are elevated, and your amygdala is hyperactive. Wait 30 minutes. Let your nervous system settle first. Step 2, the anchor return. Pick an anchor. Your breath. A sound. A sensation in your body. When you notice you've been pulled into a thought, gently return to your anchor. Not with force. Not with frustration. Just return. The return is the meditation. Not the staying. The return. Every time you notice you've wandered and come back, you're strengthening your anterior cingulate cortex, your attention muscle. Brain rule, morning meditation is 40% more effective than evening meditation. Why? Your adenosine levels are lower. Your brain is more receptive to forming new neural patterns. Step 3, the meta-awareness question. Every few minutes, ask yourself, am I in my thoughts, or am I watching my thoughts? This single question creates immediate distance between you and your mental chatter. If you're in your thoughts, you're lost in the story. Your brain believes the narrative. If you're watching your thoughts, you're the observer. You have control. This distinction changes everything. Brain rule, 5 minutes of focused meditation beats 30 minutes of distracted meditation. Quality over quantity. Always. 6 months later, David's life looked different. Not because his mind stopped thinking. But because his thoughts stopped controlling him. In meetings, when stress appeared, he noticed it. Labeled it. Returned to his breath. At 3 a.m., when anxiety woke him up, he didn't fight it. He watched it. Like a storm passing through. The thoughts still came. But now there was space around them. People started asking him, how are you so calm all the time? He wasn't calm. He was aware. There's a difference. Here's what most people never understand about meditation. The goal isn't to feel peaceful during meditation. The goal is to stay aware during chaos. Anyone can feel calm in a quiet room. The real test is staying centered when life falls apart. Dr. Rodriguez calls this cognitive flexibility, the ability to maintain awareness regardless of mental content. And here's the brutal truth, You can't build this by trying to clear your mind. You build it by learning to observe your mind without being controlled by it. Think about how many decisions you've made from a place of anxiety. How many opportunities you've missed because your thoughts convinced you that you weren't ready. The problem was never your thoughts. It was your belief that you had to obey them. So here's the question that remains: how much of your life are you losing because your mind controls you instead of you controlling your mind? You don't need to clear your mind. You need to train your observer. And every single time you sit down, notice a thought, and choose not to engage with it, you're rewiring your brain. Here's your action plan. The daily rewire practice. Sit for 5 minutes, just 5. Welcome your thoughts. Count them if it helps. When you get pulled in, label the thought and return to your breath. Ask, am I in my thoughts or watching my thoughts? Do this for 7 days. Just 7 days. And watch what happens to your mind. The difference between people who control their minds and people who are controlled by their minds isn't talent. It's practice. Build your neural observer. And watch how your mental chaos transforms into clarity. If this video gave you a new perspective on meditation, subscribe and turn on notifications. Drop a comment telling me, what's the most persistent thought pattern you struggle with? I'm putting another video on screen now about the neuroscience of focus. Watch it next. Remember, a clear mind isn't empty. It's aware. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.